And now for those of you who are over 65, as Paul Harvey would say, and now for the rest of the story. I've put a video out there about moving out of the house. Now this one's about moving into the RV. While you're doing all that stuff with your house, getting everything ready to move out, please, please, please check out some RVs, do some rentals. Get a Class A, get a Class B, see what size fits best for you. And that just doesn't mean just you, the gentleman. That means you, the lady, too, because, you both got to be able to drive it with confidence. So, bigger isn't always better, even with RVs. But please rent some. See if you like driving it. See if she likes driving it. And so that's a mistake I did. I didn't have the opportunity to rent a couple, and I maybe should have. So that's one that I put out there and will stress with you guys. Rent a couple while you're seeing about moving out of the house, and maybe you'll change your mind and realize maybe the RV life isn't for you. But try different sizes, different configurations, and see what you think. Now, another thing that's really important is safety. If you're anything like, if you're anything like me and you're boondocking, I will find all the places that are not level and decide to put my rig there. So safety is very important, because if your rig is sitting at a 3, 4, 5 degree slant, walking around inside can be a bit of a hazard for those of us who are getting up in age. So one of the things you want to worry about is safety. It wouldn't hurt just to put little grab rails or hand rails throughout, like the hallway or near places at the bathroom or the kitchen and things like that, so that if you're on a slant, like I am a lot, and you're walking down the hall and all of a sudden the balance gets a little weird, you've got something to grab onto. So safety is very important. Make sure there are no sharp edges, that you can fall and hit your head on, things like that. So I hope that every time you park on 100% level ground, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's going to happen. And unless you buy an RV with, we call those things automatic levelers, you might have to get used to walking on slants. One of the things I will tell you, though, is that my inability to find level parking spots has given me a really good sense of balance. It's a lot better than it was when before I got into the RVs. Now, the next thing is about Medicare. This is one that a lot of people don't think about, but if you've got Medicare Advantage, it's usually, Medicare Advantage is usually what I call localized. And you're traveling across other states and it might not be covered. So check with your insurance and everything. You've got to make sure it's covered in at least the lower 48. And if not, maybe get something called Medigap, or just like I do, boondock in the states that my insurance covers. What else? Oh, a budget. Holy moly, an airplane. Budget is something that I can't really help you a whole lot on, other than say that put away a portion of it every month to go towards repairs and maintenance. If you're staying in RV parks all the time, your budget's going to be a lot bigger than if you stay in boondock the whole time. I will say right now in 2026, a whole lot of budget is going towards gasoline, fuel. So going back to checking out on RVs, one of the critical decisions might be what kind of gas mileage does it get? So those are things to be thinking about as you're packing up your house, your apartment, your whatever, and selling your things. Take a look at the budget. Take a look at your insurance. try a couple of RVs to see what they're like, and walk through the RV and think, what would it be like if I fell here or if I fell there, or all that kind of stuff. And maybe put up some, like I've done, put a couple little handrails here or there, or maybe grab bars just in case you're parking on some place that's a little more slanted than you thought. So here's a little, this was just a little insight on the flip side. And those of you who don't know who Paul Harvey is, well, he was a radio announcer that back in my day that would tell really fantastic stories. So I'll keep posting if you keep watching. Thank you very much. Bye.